everybody, how are you? I have a really cute vintage Valentine's craft to do for you today, and if you know me, I love Christmas and Valentine's, so vintagey. I mean, really every season is really cute when you can craft and make it like a little vintage feel, but these are really cute because if you've watched it in my old videos, you know I love these Dollar Tree antique tiles. This is what they look like right here, and they are so cute. And you can find them in the kitchen area, especially in my local area. But I think they try to stick mostly their items in the same areas throughout all the stores. So I'm gonna say probably most of them are in the kitchen area. And this is, you can just do so many things with them. I've done picture frames before. You could do the same thing for Valentine's Day, but because I've done that a couple times, I'm gonna show you something a little different. So basically, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna paint this because I'm gonna end up making some hearts out of this. And let me put you down here. I'm gonna end up making some hearts out of this. So I'm gonna paint it first. You could do this step after, but I'm gonna do it first because I might wanna use the whole tile piece. So I'm gonna take this really cool, it's called Waverly Agave, and I painted my first one out so I could show you, so it could dry, so I could do the second process. And this color is so cool. I mean, Waverly really knew what they were doing because I use these two colors and they're just the coolest shade of pink and the coolest shade of blue. It's like a little bit greenish gray. So wait till you see it when it's done. So I'm just going to start off by painting this one piece, okay? So let's start here. So I'm getting about that much on, okay? And I just think there are so many cute Valentines out there, so many different ways to make so many cute vintagey Valentines and Valentine's Day decor. And I am just running out of room with all the little decorations I've used for Christmas and all the holidays. And here I am making more for Valentine's, but they just are so just fun. You can put them everywhere. Like these little things that we're gonna make today, you can use a few different places. And I try to do stuff that everybody can do. Like this is pretty simple, but look guys, you can see in here, how cool is that blue? I'm in the bright light here, but that blue is just so pretty. It's almost kind of like the ocean. Reminds me a little bit of that. So it's got a little bit of a greenish tint. And I'm just gonna paint the whole thing because I don't know what parts I'm gonna use of this. I'm gonna wanna use a few hearts. So I just thought it was easier instead of painting each individual heart just to paint the whole thing and then cut it. So that's what we're doing here. And there's a lot of little grooves in here so that the paint is collecting. So just, you can really save a lot of the paint by getting in those grooves and getting it out. Okay, so once you have the entire tile painted, you can go to the very edge. And if, you know, once you cut out your craft, if you have some spots and stuff that you need to go over, you've got your paint on hand. So what you may even want to do is just put this in a bag, like I like to do a lot of the times. And I think I'm just going to put mine in a little bag, and we are going to save it so I don't have to rinse the brush and then dry the brush and do that whole crazy process. Okay, so I've got my, whoops, I got a little corner here. So again, we are using these Dollar Tree tiles. I suggest if you're around a Dollar Tree, just pop it in there and grabbing a few of them and keep them on hand because the possibilities are endless of what you can do with these, and these are so cute. This is probably, besides my glitter pumpkins that I do every year in the glitter, these are probably like one of my favorite crafts that I do. So you're gonna paint the whole thing. I'm gonna set it to the side. I'm gonna get my Ziploc bag and I'm gonna save my brush. Okay. So you have your brush. I'm just going to put it in the bag. This is just a little painter's tip, so you don't have to go through all the work of rinsing it and drying it and everything else. So now the next step, for the video's sake, I have painted one Okay, so look how cool that turned out. This dried a little bit darker like paint usually does, and then I painted a pink one. And this pink is so pretty too. So let me tell you the colors in case you want to go out and get them. Ballet slippers, of course. Love that. So there's that one, and there's this one. This one's agave again, okay? So what we're gonna do is you can use heart cookie cutters. If you have a shape of a heart around, you can do that. I'm gonna use these. These are just like little doilies, little paper doilies that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna trace this. I don't necessarily need the jaggedy edge here or the bumpy edge, but I'm going to just trace it out that way, and I might just do a normal heart, but I like the shape of this heart. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I kind of pre-traced it before, but you are going to trace, and you're going to want to make sure that you get, use as much space as you can. So I'm gonna get about 3 hearts out of this because I wanna be able to use as much as that blue tile that we painted in the front as possible. And I actually have a few of these little paper doilies all together because it's just a little bit easier to trace. Oops, do this again. I was hanging off the edge, so I'm just retracing it. And you can do as many as you can fit on there. I'm just gonna do 3 for now to show you. So I have 3 on here, and then if you have another like cookie cutter or some sort of heart, or maybe you're really good at freehanding and you can trace it out there. So that's what I'm gonna do with this one because I wanna use every bit of the tile that I can. And we are tracing it on the back because you don't want the black Sharpie to show on the front. So it's better just to keep that on the back. And my tracing is not really perfect, but it's gonna do once I cut. We're gonna cover all that up, all right? So here we go. I am going to, so here's the front, and I'm gonna start with my first one. Like I said, I'm not gonna do that scalloped edge. There's the word I was looking for, the scalloped edge. Hate when I draw blank like that. The older I get, the worse it gets. I need to start doing like more puzzles or something. Sharpen my mind. Okay, so there we go. How cute. You guys, I get so excited over these. Now, somebody had asked me before, why don't you just take the sticky part and use it on the back? But once you remove that edge, it's only sticky from here. So once you remove that edge, you lose the sticky part of the back as it comes off. But if you want to save that and use it for something, you can be creative and do that. So let's just do, actually I'm going to cut out another one because I want to do a front and the back to this. So we are going to cut out the second one, and then I'm going to save the rest for later. I'm going to do something else with it, but I just want to give you guys the idea of what you can do with these adorable hearts. Now, if you're still on here, we have not even gotten into the vintagey part. I mean, if the paint and the heart is not cute enough, I'm telling you, Waverly has nailed it with this color of paint. Gosh, they're just so awesome, that color. I just get so excited. Okay, so now it's the same thing with this, okay? So what you can do, I'm gonna do a front and back like this because I wanna be able to hang it, and I want it to like, you can hang it from, I was even hanging my last ones on my, my dining room light. So you could do that. Let me put this up a little bit. I feel like it's a little dark in here. So let's see. Anyway, I think we can make do. So you got this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the side, you know, they're not perfectly even, but that's okay. We'll cut it at the end. Okay, so both of the sides are really pretty, and I'm just going to take my glue gun, okay, have that hot and ready, and I'm gonna glue one side of this, and I'm gonna stick the other to it. Glue quick with the glue gun. I'm gonna even put it kind of in the middle. If you can see this here, guys, let's put this down. Want it to go all along the edge. So I've got about that much glue, okay? Well, you can't really tell in the light. And I'm gonna stick my other one right on top and just press them together. Okay, so then what you can do is, okay, so you have this. Then what you can do is go along the edge and even up those lines, because you can see here, see that? My cut wasn't exactly perfect because of that scalloped edge, so I'm just gonna cut to make them even. It's just a little bit of tweak in here. Okay, so then, here I've got a side on this too. And you can always go over this at the end. And then you can always come back if you have the sides that are not closed, you can always come back with the glue. Okay, so then this is the fun part. This is the fun part. This is where your vintagey part comes in. So I am going to use a rag because, or you can use a paper towel. I've got a little bit of a damp rag here ready, or you can use a paper towel. So I am going to, actually no, that's not what I'm going to do. Have that ready, and you're going to want to have a paintbrush. Just making sure that this is dry, and I've got my home decor wax, okay? There are different brands of this, but this is the one that I'm gonna use. And if you do not have this on hand and you don't wanna run out to the store and you have like a dark brown paint, that would also work. So I'm just gonna dip a little bit of my wax in here. And let's see, I can put this down. And now if you wanna get like a paper to cover your surface up, you can do that. So I'm just gonna use the back of my piece that the tile came in, the paper or the plastic. So what you're gonna do is get a little bit in. You might need to shake it up a little bit, and I think I have to do that. You can tell I've got to shake up my wax. So make sure you shake it up good. Mine was just a little bit watery because it was sitting for a bit. There we go. So you just want to shake it up, and you're going to paint the whole heart. You're going to paint over that really pretty blue that you just did. If you want to wear gloves, feel free to. But I have found that this acrylic paint and even the enamel paint, it comes off pretty easy. Just as long as you wash your hands after. Okay, so set that to the side, and then you're gonna take your rag. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Okay, it's all brown, you covered up that really pretty blue, and we're gonna take a rag and we are just going to wipe it off. And you want this rag to be slightly damp. The great thing about this though, is that if you have too much water on it and too much comes off or not enough, you can always go back and repaint it. Once that surface is dry underneath, it is pretty forgiving and you can redo it. Now, the important thing to remember, now look how cool that turned out, you guys. Isn't that amazing? This just makes me so excited because when you do the full coat, if you rub it on, you cannot get in those grooves as easy as you can with the full painting. Okay? Because the whole point is to get in those grooves to give it that real aged look. Okay? So this turquoise and this one almost looks patinaed, and I just am loving this turquoise color, which is why I picked it. So then it should dry pretty quick, but I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. You can see how different they look, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the other side the same way I did. And you can see how there's just, now that I shook up my wax here, it's covering a lot better. Okay, so there we go. That's what it looks like again. All right, I'm going to take my same rag. You can use a paper towel, but I found that these little paper towel pieces, it just kind of pills and leaves it on there. So I just got an old rag and I'm just going to wipe it off. This is such a simple process for such amazing results. And you don't want to wipe too much in the grooves because that's the whole, that's the whole process, is that it's supposed to stay in those grooves. And this wax will dry. That side might be a little bit prettier because that design is right in the middle. So then what I'm going to do, okay, so you have this, and you're going to take your hole puncher and you're going to punch a hole right in the middle. Now I'm just showing you my one way, but if you guys have other spin-off ideas, go for it. You guys may want to make like cards out of this or Valentines or something, but my whole idea is that I want to hang them on the door handles in my house, and on my windowsill and just decorate around for Valentine's Day, because I did that with some Christmas stuff and they're just so cute. Okay, so there's my hole, and I'm going to take a little bit of twine. So I'm just going to grab some twine. Some really cute ribbon might be neat. You know, like you have the option to have some ribbon like this, and this would be really pretty to do as well. So you could always do that. But I'm just going to use my twine because I'm not for sure where I'm going to hang it yet, but that's a really cute idea also. And I'm just going to cut a little piece. And this one I'm just going to do a simple knot. Just tie that like that, okay? And there you have it. So you can hang it on a door, or like this is what I have. Let me put this up a little bit so you can see that. And then I have this old frame that I showed you in another video. Get rid of this. And this old frame I have is so cool. And I got this mirror and it all arrived broken in a shattered piece. So I saved it and I whitewashed it, even though I love the frame itself, and I whitewashed it. And you can take, this is sitting on my buffet in my dining room, and you can take it and decorate something like this all different kinds of ways. So I'm just gonna tie my first heart on here like this. Make it really pretty and simple, okay? And you can decorate this up with different tiles. So my next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same process with my pink tile. So how cute is this gonna be all hung together? Let me stand back. How cute is this gonna be all together with pink cards? You can do pink. I've got this really cool greenish color. That would be neat if you just wanna do like blues and greens for your house. But other than this, this is how it's just gonna be. I've got some other crafty hearts that I've made that are gonna be cute hanging on this. So this just gives you an idea. Or you can take the same heart and put it on a door handle, and you could just decorate up your house so cute for Valentine's Day. So it's something that's so simple, so inexpensive, and will just add so much, you know, just so much decoration for Valentine's Day around the house. So I hope you enjoyed it, you guys, and I'll be back soon with more. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.